Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel and to the second day of our week of wellness, or 7 days of practices here on YouTube. I'm so happy you've come back for a second day, and we've got this and 5 more days to go. And at the end of these 7 days, like I said, I'll be launching my online yoga and wellness platform called Ola Yoga Collective, which will look at wellness through a slightly wider lens and bringing kind of a societal angle as well on how we can, through improving our own wellness, also become a bit more mindful of the world around us. So I'm very excited about that. And I'll be offering discount codes here on YouTube once we launch, for those of you who have joined me for the challenge. Today we'll be focusing on the union of our breath and our body as we move, and sort of looking at the concept of union in a wider sense as well. And today I encourage you to move with your breath even more than you usually would in a yoga practice. So we're really trying to kind of cultivate that connection between the breath and the body, and the breath and the movement. And if at some point you feel like you're not really with my cues, rather go with your own breath than my cues. And I also really encourage you to, as much as possible today, to move with your eyes closed if that feels comfortable. That really helps you tune in a little bit more. So we can get started. You can bring your hands under the shoulders, knees just under the hips, and if it feels comfortable, you can close the eyes down here. We're going to start by dropping the belly, lift the gaze, lift the chin as you inhale, coming into a cow pose. And then as you exhale, can you round the spine, draw your chin towards your chest. And then inhale, drop the belly, drop the heart, roll the shoulders back. And exhale round. So using this very simple movement to start to connect with the breath. Feeling the inhales open you up, expand. And then the exhales contract, round. Going through a few more rounds. And then with your next round, you can start to maybe make the movement a little bit bigger. If you want to maybe sit further back down or move further forward, all of that is very welcome. Might also do more of a circular motion, moving through the sides of the body as well. Just feeling into the body, letting the breath guide you. Whether it's back and forth or kind of side to side. Allow that movement to be free and no judgment really, so wherever your body takes you is fine. Feeling into the body, into the breath. Good. With your next exhale, can you find a child's pose? So simply sit over the heels, reach your fingertips towards the top of the mat. Good. And then from here, we're going to roll forward with a rounded spine so that our weight comes onto the hands. And then as you exhale, arc the spine and let the hips guide you back into your child's pose. Good. We'll do that once more. Inhale, roll forward. If possible, still tuning inwards. Stay with the breath. And return to your child's pose. And then from here, can you start to move your chest forward, staying really low, and once you reach the top of the mat, push up. So into a kind of, a bit of a formless upward facing dog, so you've still got your thighs on the mat. And then maybe roll it from side to side a few times. So open the right shoulder out, maybe gaze over it, and then the left one. And see how that feels in the body. We're going to release all the way down onto the mat. Hands just under the shoulders. Coming to a cobra from here. Inhale. And then exhale. Good. And then can you move your fingertips off the mat into a slightly wider position for the arms. And then we'll roll the spine up from here. Inhale. Peel the chest up. As you exhale, can you drop your right shoulder towards the mat? The left shoulder stays lifted. You can gaze over it. Good. And then open the right shoulder up again and switch. Left one comes close to the mat. We'll switch sides once more, so both sides. Right shoulder down. And then lift back to center as you inhale. And swap it out. Good. Come back to center once more. Inhale. Open the chest. And then exhale, release back down. Hands come under the shoulders. We're going to push back onto hands and knees. You can tuck the toes under and find a supported toe stand at the back of the mat. We're going to open our arms wide, so into a T shape, but more exaggerated, so opening through the chest. Inhale, lift up the gaze. And then as you exhale, hug in. Can you scoop the air in front of you and bring the arms to a kind of hug? And then inhale, open, lift the chest, lift the gaze. And then exhale, round, chin to chest. Do that once more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. You can release the arms by your sides. We're going to walk them forward on the mat. So around a tabletop position. And then from here, tuck your toes under. First, lifting just the knees off the mat to a hover. Guide your hips towards the back of the mat. Staying strong in the arms. Keep pushing the mat away from you. Spine is long. Take an inhale here. Then as you exhale, press back into a regular downward facing dog. So taking a moment here just to find a little bit of length in the backs of the legs and the spine. You can bend the knees one after the other, settling into your first down dog of this practice. Feeling the stretches, stay with the breath. And then with your next inhale, come onto the tiptoes. As you exhale, bend the knees, and then you can hop or step or walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. Exhale, fold over the legs. Good. Then you can soften the knees slightly, roll the spine all the way up with your inhale, reach the arms up. As the palms meet, can you gently guide the hips back and fold over the legs into a forward fold? Good. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over. Good. Then soften the knees slightly again. Roll the spine all the way up. Reach the arms up. As the palms meet, soften the knees to push the hips back. And then release the upper body over the legs. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, fold over. We'll do that once more. So soften the knees, roll the spine all the way up. Inhale. Feel the lungs. And then exhale. Release back down. We lengthen one more time. Inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands onto the mat and then step your left foot back behind you. Left hand stays there. We'll reach our right arm up, coming into a twist here. Keep pressing the left hand, the right heel down. Find more length in the arms and throughout the chest. Good. Take an inhale, maybe to expand a little bit more. As you exhale, can you move your right foot slightly back and then dip your left hip close to the mat, still staying active in the left leg and the outer edge of the left foot. As you inhale, lift back up again, reach your hips up, lengthen through the right side of the body, and then exhale, drop back again. We'll do that once more. Inhale, and then exhale. Good. Lift up from here, come all the way back through center, hands on both sides of the right foot, and then we'll turn the left heel and come all the way up into a warrior two. Arms pointing to the top and the back of the mat. Can you roll your shoulders back and down and find a deep bend in the right knee? With your next inhale, you can reach forward, reverse the warrior. Reach up through the right hand. Take another inhale. And then exhale, bringing both hands onto the mat. We're going to hug the right knee in towards the chest. And then can you start to roll onto your left side from here, bringing your weight onto the left hand and the outer edge of the left foot. Right ball of the foot might plant and come into a wild thing. Good. Press the hips up, reach the right arm back. Good. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, come back through center. Both hands down, both feet down. And we'll move through a vinyasa. It might be with the knees down or lifted, going through a chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog or cobra, up to you. Move with your breath. We all meet in our downward facing dog. Good. Take a full breath in here. And exhale out. Then coming onto the tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees and find your way to the top of the mat, whether it's a hop, a step, or a few steps. Lengthen the spine as you inhale. And then exhale, fold over. Good. You can slightly soften the knees to roll the spine all the way up to standing. Reach your arms overhead. And then as you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And pause. You can release your arms by your sides. Maybe keep the eyes closed if that feels comfortable. And just return to the breath once again. Return to the idea of union, the union of the breath and the body. And it goes further than that, to all our surroundings. Becoming more aware of the fact that the air that we breathe comes from somewhere. And it's created by plants. It's created by trees. And then it fuels us and lets our body live, lets our body move. And gives our body something that it essentially needs to live. And it's a cycle. And we give something back, and there's a union there as well. Return to the focus of the inhales and the exhales. And then you can open your eyes if you like. You can also keep them closed. We'll sweep our arms up as we inhale. Lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold over. Lengthen as you inhale. And then plant your hands onto the mat and step the right foot back. Right hand stays on the mat and we sweep the left arm up. And then exhale, settle a little bit deeper here. Pressing the back of the right thigh up towards the sky. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, lengthen even more. And then start to move your foot slightly back and turn onto the outer edge of the right foot. As you exhale, drop the right hip close to the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop. We'll do that once more. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, drop the hips low. And now as you inhale, come back from here. You can move the left foot closer to the top of the mat. And then turn your right heel. We rise all the way up into our warrior two. Good. Roll the shoulders back and down. Find length and strength in the arms. The legs build a good foundation for the pose. And then with our next inhale, you can reach forward to reverse the warrior. Open up through the left side of the body. Take another inhale here to lengthen. And then exhale, bring both hands down onto the mat. We're going to press the hands down to hug the knee in towards the chest. And then you can start to turn onto your right side, stepping the left ball of the foot back behind you. Find your wild thing here. Maybe press the hips up a little bit more if that feels good. Inhale. And then come back through center. Both hands, both feet onto the mat and move through a vinyasa. of your choice. So either with the knees down or lifted, just move with the breath. Ending up in your downward facing dog. Take a breath there, in and out. Then with your next inhale, come onto the tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees, find your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forward. And then exhale, fold over. With our next inhale, we'll lengthen the spine and then sweep our right leg back behind us into a standing split. You can fold closer to the left leg if you like, maybe even grabbing the calf with your left hand, staying strong in the right glute, in the right leg. Then take another inhale here, lengthen the spine, you can look forward, keep the right leg active. As you exhale, bend the left knee and place your right foot back behind you. We'll rise all the way up into a high lunge from here. As you exhale, settle a little bit deeper. With our next inhale, we're going to drop the arms a little bit lower and open up through the chest. So a slight back bend here. Keep the right leg really long behind you. As you exhale, scoop the arms forward, reach your chest forward as well, and then finally round the spine. And then inhale, lift back up, open through the chest and the arms, slight back bend. Exhale, woo. We'll move forward, round the spine, scoop the air in front of you. We'll do that once more. So open up the chest, inhale, and then exhale, scoop forward. Good. From here, lift the arms up into your high lunge. And then exhale, drop your right knee onto the mat. Good. We'll start to straighten the left leg out. Now, can you drop your right hand either onto the mat or all the way onto the back heel and start to back bend from here? Maybe reach the left fingertips back, staying strong in the right glute so you can use it to push the hips forward. Good. Take an inhale. And then you can start to move back through center and bend the left knee so that you move towards the top of the mat. We're going to lift the right knee off the mat and kick off of the right foot to come into a forward fold. Lengthen the spine, look forward. And exhale, fold over. Good. Keeping your hands on the mat, we inhale, gaze forward, and at the same time lift the left leg up. Spine is long, the back leg is long. Good. If you want to, you can fold a little bit deeper into the right leg. You can always keep a micro bend there as well. See how that feels. Then with the next inhale, we lengthen the spine again. As you exhale, start to bend the right knee, place your left foot onto the mat and rise all the way up into your crescent lunge. Good. With the exhale, we drop a little bit deeper. And then with your next inhale, drop the arms and open up through the chest, pressing the back of the left thigh up. Exhale, scoop forward, move your weight forward as well, round the spine. And then inhale, open up. And exhale, round. And then inhale once more, open up. And then exhale, round. Good. We'll lift all the way up, arms lift up. As you exhale, place your left knee onto the mat. Good. We're going to start to straighten out through the right leg and then drop your left hand down, either onto the heel or it could be somewhere on the side of the mat as well. That might make the position a little bit kind of softer, a bit more open. Once you're there, keep pressing the right foot down for support and reach the right fingertips up and over. Good. Keeping the left glute engaged. Take an inhale. And then we sweep the right arm forward, bend the right knee, and then lift the left knee off the mat to kick off of the foot and find your forward fold. Good. Lengthen as you inhale, and then exhale, fold over the legs. You can soften the knees now a little bit. Grabbing opposite elbows, find a ragdoll pose. Arriving into stillness here for a moment.
Noticing the air flowing in and out through the nostrils. Feeling your lungs fill up as maybe the rib cages press against the thighs as they expand. Making sure the neck, the head are all heavy. You can release your fingertips onto the mat and lengthen the spine. Inhale. As you exhale, fold over the legs. You can plant your hands down and then step the feet back into a downward facing dog. Good. From here, we're going to simply bring our knees down and then sit all the way over them, coming into a diamond shape through the legs. So the bottoms of the feet come together and the knees open out. Can you make sure you're sitting tall all the way from your sitting bones? And then start to fold over the legs. This doesn't have to necessarily be a big movement. Just stay really mindful of what you're feeling in the inner thighs, maybe around the hips and the low back. You can walk your fingertips forward as well if you like. Coming into stillness, it's often so much easier to notice what's going on with the breath. After all that movement, at times you might lose track of it. But now that you're in this same pose for a few breaths, and you notice even the most subtle sensations and little movements that the breath creates. Do you notice the exhale softening you? Do you find it calming to follow the breath, to stay with the inhales and the exhales? We're going to roll the spine up from here. And then you can come and simply sit cross-legged. Maybe close the eyes down if they aren't already. And drop your hands onto your lap or onto the knees. Rolling the shoulders back to find length. The back of the neck is long, rising up all the way to the crown of the head. And as you sit here, having moved your body, having connected to your breath, and you start to cultivate this idea of union between us, human beings, whether it's you or all of us, and the world around us. First, noticing your union to the people that you are surrounded by. How essential the support of other beings is. And then noticing the union between you and your whole society. How essential it is for us to have something there to support us. And then becoming more aware of your union, your connection to nature, the plant world, the animal world, and how extremely important it is that we have the natural world, all the ecosystems, all the plants and the animals and the fungi supporting us. We all live in union. We receive so much. And because of that, it's also so important to give back and to acknowledge these relationships. You can stay here in your seat for a little bit longer if you like.
Or you can finish the practice with me by bringing your hands to heart center. And when you feel ready, you can bow your head towards your hands, expressing gratitude. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back here tomorrow for our third day, and I really hope I see you here as well. Have a lovely day.